While we've grown on Wheat Mini Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. Usually weekly. Bit busy at work, so I've had to miss twice out of the past month, so I apologize for that. But we're here today and a day late because of we had that yesterday. It's just the computers didn't want to cooperate. But we're here today. Welcome to everybody who's joining live over here in the chat. Super VH is here. Thavish Tiger, RazorQuake46, Autobot Phil, Chatterbox, Wolfman, PP Chew, Joey Johnson, Lord Avix, Brick Motion, William Edward Hackman. Thank you to all of you and to everybody else joining in later. And so we've got a lot to cover tonight. It's a leaderboard this weekend, and we're going to be taking a look at the new bots. Got some new toys in over the past couple of weeks, so we'll be taking a look at them. And 5-star Crystal. We completed the Cyber Pass. I had to go with the catch-up bundle because not only did work keep me from streaming a couple of weeks, it also kept me from playing quite a bit of the time. So I was too far behind in the Cyber Pass. I did use the catch-up bundle this month. But that did give me those 5-star shards, so we can go get that 5-star crystal. If you're wondering what I'm going to do, go find out when we get there. So let's go ahead and talk about the news. This weekend's event is called The Cure, continuing the tradition of this saga of being the something. And considering our bots we're getting this weekend are medics, The Cure actually seems to make a lot of sense as far as the naming conventions go. Alright, so first up is, it says to you can fight in the event to unlock Minerva, or flatline and get up to 5,000 3-star shards, 2,500 4-star shards, 50,000 premium shards, 20,000 spark and combiner spark, 7 gold power cord chips, 1 G1 and 3 regular G metal power cord chip, and up to 1,500 Minerva or flatline character shards. That's just from the normal prize board. It takes 1,000,000 points to get all of that. That's not even, that's before you even start getting into leaderboard prizes. If you guys can hit 1,000,000 points, you get all of that on the screen right there. So there you go. It's as I said before, it's an Alliance leaderboard. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. One big prize list, and then you continue on in leaderboard fashion to score as many points as you possibly can. super XP throughout the event. Gotta be headquarters level 4, join in the alliance, and hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the points, win the battle, collect your prizes, and then just keep battling all the way through to the very last final second of the event to score as many points as you and your alliance mates can score to try to hopefully score a spot on that leaderboard. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones, and here is the list of the totalizer prizes. Again, I have abandoned the attempt to summarize this because it is just far too complicated to do anymore. They're just too generous. They're giving out so many things. It's just too much work, honestly. So there you go, and 1 million points gets you to finish the totalizer. But you keep going, and yeah, that's a little small. I apologize, but yeah. Basically, bottom line is top 5, just like the last event, last leaderboard. It may be the new norm. The top 5 will score the 5-star version of the character. 6 through 10 will score the 4-star, and then 3-star all the way down through the top 200. And there's also a whole slew of other prizes, all based upon your rank. Excuse me. And if you want to see it a little bit closer, I guess maybe get closer to your screen, or the newsletter is always, you can subscribe to the newsletter at any point in the game. But yeah, big news is top 5 get the 5-star, the next 5 get the 4-star, and the rest get the 3-star. So there you go. And of course, if you happen, even if you don't place in that top 100, or if you can get to, what is it, 500 character shards, you can get 3-star through the shards. So I didn't even catch what point level that was, but I don't think you have to get too far in to get 500 character shards. And also, if you happen to score one of the leaderboards, one of the prizes that you can get at certain levels is our event crystals. It's the same event crystals that we usually get, where you have a 25% chance to get a 4-star, a 3-star, or some more character shards. Or you could get 100 4-star shards, 150 3-star shards, or 500 premium shards. So, there you go. Minerva. Now, see, this is one of the places. This is one of the times where getting early access to the bots helps out, because unless I missed something, I don't recall seeing the bios in the newsletters, in any of the newsletters. So that's a little surprising. But I do have her in the test account, so we will be putting her through the paces. I haven't even done it yet. I leveled her up, but that's about all I had time for. But let's go ahead and go with the bio. Minerva is an all-action medic, dropping into the hottest of combat hotspots to heal the wounded and reboot the near-deactivated. Nothing grinds her cogs like sitting around in some medbay waiting for the injured to start rolling in. Minerva likes to be out there, in the thick of it, reasoning she can save more lives by being immediately on hand. Is she also a bit of a white-knuckle adrenaline junkie? Maybe, but there's no denying that she gets results. Cool, collected, and even a little detached sometimes, she has brought countless Autobots back from the brink. So, there you go. That is Minerva's awesome bio. And her counterpart, Flatline, remember, I had suggested Flatline a few years ago. Whether this was a result of my suggestion or not, I don't know, but I'm taking credit for it. Flatline is all about saving lives, even if, for a Decepticon, that seems like a big contradiction. When Flatline took his Cybocratic oath, he meant it. Factions be hanged. If someone is wounded or worse and he's the only medic on call, they're going to get patched and repaired whether his CO likes it or not. He also, quite literally, never says die. Casualties of war others might dismiss as a lost cause are just a challenge to be met. Flatline's face may give nothing away, but he rarely does care. But he really does care about his fellow Cybertronians. And shout out to Skywarp Greer, who actually, in one of his streams a couple days ago, put his bio up on there, which I kind of paused and typed down from that. Because I don't have Flatline on my account, but I got it from Skywarp Greer. He doesn't even know it, but thank you, buddy, for helping out with that. And their ability, you may have seen it if you're in the Discord or otherwise, but it's called the Healing Tower. It's similar to Chromia and Fellbat, where they put out a little shock tower, but these guys put out a Healing Tower that recovers health to all allies within a range every second for 15 seconds. and it can not be targeted or destroyed. So just for 15 seconds, it's going to heal whoever's within the range. So yeah, and I did see some write-ups. Some of the people in the newsletter said basically if it works kind of like tracks if you have tracks or cutthroat. if you use them and use their smoke, you kind of got to plan for the smoke, not necessarily where your team is, but where they're going to be for the duration of the effect. So you kind of want to plan this out the same way. Because if you drop it right in the middle of your team, they're going to move on after they destroy stuff, and you're not necessarily going to get the full effect of this. So you kind of need to know which way your team's going to travel and place this tower ahead of them so they can kind of stay within it as long as they possibly can. So we'll see that in a minute. But it sounds like a pretty cool ability. Probably going to make these guys the top medics in the game. And that's basically it. That's for the game news that I saw that I felt like reporting. If you want to see more, I don't think there really was more in this newsletter, to be honest with you. But you could always get the newsletter and go find out more. But now it's time to go talk about our community corner. This is our friends in Discord with artistic abilities, whether it be Minecraft or Lego or photographs or creating custom cars in other video games to look like Transformer characters that we know. First up, we've got Razorquake, who did a version of Minerva in, I forget what game it is. I know he's in the chat. I'm sure he'll let us know. But yeah, pretty cool. I do have the Minerva third-party figure here. This is Athena from Fans Hobby, and it's basically what you've got seeing on the screen there from Razorquake. That's basically her all mode from that. So yeah, very well done. Very well done. I mean, honestly, if you just took a quick glance at that, you'd probably think that was a photograph. So very, very well done. Forza Horizon 5 is the game. Okay, thank you. For whatever, in my head, I was trying to push them together like Horizon or something like that. Kind of like like a poor attempt of imitating Thu Adams, but Forza Horizon. That's a mouthful. Moving on. So, likewise, we've got a version of Flatline. That's a little bit harder to do because Flatline's more of a Cybertronian vehicle based on the Trailbreaker from Generations Thrilling 30 line. I don't have a Flatline character, but I do have Trailbreaker here kind of as a stand-in. So he's standing in as our Flatline. But this looks great. This looks great. Looks like maybe a BMW SUV or something with a light bar and all that stuff. Well done. Well done. Apparently he's rich because he's sitting in front of a mansion. And just because it's fun to do, there's Jazz if he were to use one of today's Porsche models, as opposed to the, what was it, the 911 they used back in the 84? Or, I guess, earlier when they designed it. But, yeah, looks real cool. And moving on to some action shots from his figures. You've got Bumblebee facing off with Skywarp there, actually kind of crossing even continuities. You got Bayformer's Bumblebee there with, I think that's the Earthrise Skywarp. And I know he didn't really mean to show it off, but is that a Bumblebee RC car, Bigfoot RC car you got back in the background? That looks pretty cool. I bet that's fun. And there again, this is it's not the Jeep, that's the B127, I guess, facing off with the Earthrise Thundercracker. Very cool. Very cool. And we've got a That's Just Prime entry here with Optimus Primal. It's kind of dark there. Work on your lighting, bud. But yeah, it's Optimus Primal hanging out on the Titans Return Power Master Optimus Prime. Very cool. Very cool. And yes, indeed, it is a Bumblebee RC car. He confirms. Yeah. So yeah, that looks cool, man. Okay, time for some Legos from Bricks Motion. It's amazing, these creations that he comes up. We've got Artfire here, complete with his little Target Master companion, whose name escapes me. Yeah, looks great. With you, if you've pretty sure he did Grapple and Inferno already, so it'll be pretty easy just to pick different colors for a few bricks to do the Artfire. But no less impressive. No less impressive. Because, yeah, very cool. We've also got Weird Wolf, or for those of you who only know of the Titans Return figure, Wolf Wire, but it's Weird Wolf. And Headmaster, he's even got the little Headmaster gimmick going on there. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, very cool. And that's all we got from Bricks Motion, but that's okay. That's okay. It comes in waves. You know, so sometimes we get 2, sometimes we get 1, sometimes we get 37, and we love it every time. Speaking of 37, not quite that many, but we've got PB2 up with his Minecraft. PB2's been known for doing the Decepticons. He's lately been working on the Autobots, and so I doubled up the pictures on the slides just to kind of keep the slide count down, because OBS, the streaming software I use, it tends to have trouble when you have too many slides. but it should work. So we've got, I think we saw Sunstreaker last time, although it's been so long ago, I doubt if you even remember. That's more a dig at me than anybody else for not having to miss a week. But yeah, so you got the Lambros there, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, and you got Mirage there on the other side. Next up, we've got our in-game medics. Even though Wheeljack wasn't really a medic, so to speak, in any of the continuities we've seen him in, he is a medic in the game. So you got him and you got Ratchet there. Very cool, man. It's very cool. And we've got a couple of little scout class bots there. You got Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. Mold mates very often. I always like it when we can get a Cliff Jumper and a Bumblebee that aren't the same mold. Like Transformers Prime was a great example where, yeah, they were both muscle cars, but they were very different muscle cars, and the robot modes were very different. Pretty much every other time you see it, Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper, one is a red version of the other or a yellow version of the other. Even in Earthrise, that's basically how it worked out. But yeah, but this is cool. And they actually look quite a bit different here in these Minecraft forms. So well done, well done. And we've got Trailbreaker and Hound. Very cool. I think that's the Siege Hound you went with there. The legs kind of give it away to me to make me think that's the Siege version. But Siege is very close to the G1 anyway, so I'm happy either way. Hound is just a cool character. Hound has always been one of my favorites. I don't know why. Hound's always been one of my favorites. Siege Hound confirmed. And I had to put these two together. First, I was thinking, hey, I would put Hoist and put the mold mates together, Hoist and Trailbreaker. But then I was like, I gotta put Hoist and Grapple together. Hoist and Grapple are buddies. You almost never saw Hoist without Grapple or Grapple without Hoist in the G1 cartoon. You did, but they're most well known for their shenanigans they get up to with that solar power tower from Grapple. So yeah, very well done. I definitely approve of these builds here. And this was another reason why I felt like, because again, Grapple and Inferno would make sense to go together, but you got Red Alert in here. They're buddies, so you gotta put them together too. So Red Alert and Inferno. Pretty cool how you did the wings on Inferno there. I think you said you were wondering about how you were going to do that, but I think you nailed it. Very well done. And we get Jetfire here, only because we had an odd number of of submissions here, so somebody had to get a slide by themselves. So that is Jetfire, and that looks to me like the Thrilling 30 Jetfire, that leader class version, as opposed to the Siege version. And well done. Of course, we see some of the other bots there in the background. Very cool. Now we go on to some mini bots. We've got Huffer and Warpath Zowie. Anytime I see Warpath, I can't help but do his Tourette's kind of Zam Bow. And, I mean, it doesn't help when the Thrilling 30 Warpath actually had Zowie printed on his on the figure. It was like 20W11 or something like that. It was stenciled to be numbers, but you would read it like Zowie. Lugnut did a very similar thing too. Yeah, it's like LU6NU7 to be Lugnut. So, but we're talking about Warpath here, not Lugnut. Warpath and Huffer. Not the Huffer from the game, but it's the Huffer we know and love. And a little bit of a spoiler on that last slide for this one. We got Powerglide and Cosmos. I put these guys together because, you know, they're little air class mini bots. So we got those towering wings on Powerglide's shoulders there, and Cosmos not quite as tubby as you know, we usually see him, but you know, he looks great. No, honestly, he looks good. And to be fair, the toy that the game was based on wasn't quite as tubby as the original one. So, well done, good job, all around. And that's it for the community corner. If you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube, there's the channel. It's also, you know, I was going to say it's a link in the description, but if you don't, there's no link in the description. If you're looking at the description, you're already on YouTube. But so there you go. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter for infrequent behind-the-scenes content at Engineer Hoist. And this is the point of the time where we roll the credits and say thank you to all of our channel members, including Bulkhead's Hobbies, who is in the chat, and I saw a few others. Tachi Uechi, Oktar, also in the chat, and I think Luke checked in earlier, hit 12 months, so thank you to you guys and to everybody else, and also our moderators like Super VH and PBChew18 for helping out and supporting the channel through all the various ways that you do. So before we head into the game, in fact, it just occurred to me I need to switch accounts. But we'll take a closer look at our two new bots. So we've got Minerva and Flatline. Again, this is Athena from Fans Hobby. It's a version of Minerva. And honestly, I got her because I got the Windblade version of her called Wheelblade. She was a TFCon exclusive during the whole business that we had. It was a virtual TFCon. They still had exclusive figures, so they put her up for sale online. And I saw Athena. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. It's a character I don't have. Let me go ahead and get it. It looks like a pretty cool figure, and it is. It's a very cool figure. And so it worked out well because they added her to the game, and so now I actually have a figure to show off, as opposed to Flatline, where there is no character that exists in any shape or form, first or third party. But his character model was based off of Thrilling 30 Trail Cutter here, and so that's basically what we've got. There are our two new bots that are coming this weekend, and I'm going to leave it on that as I swap accounts. I did show them last stream, but I always like to show them every stream until they're released. Because not everybody watches every stream. Although you should, because I need the views. I need the watch time. I'm kidding. Don't do it for me. Do it because you enjoy it. But yeah, so I you know, if we're talking about them in the newsletter and I have the figures, we're going to see them on the stream. So, all right. Let me go ahead and throw that on there, just so everybody knows. This is the test account. Ignore the values of the various resources that you may see on screen. Ignore the fact that I have the character new, the new character early. This is just for test and demonstration purposes only. And so there is Minerva. That was a well-timed exclamation as we take a look at her. Oktar, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Really appreciate it. I didn't even mean to tap on that, but we did. Oh, look at that! They actually got a pretty good version of that Porsche that Razorquake did. So, yeah, nice. And there she is. She's ready to fight, and there we go. So there is Minerva. And let's go ahead and take a look. And I did not equip any power cores or combat bots. But then here she is. She's level 51, ability level 8. Spawn a healing tower that recovers 405 health every second for 15 seconds. So if your bots can stay inside there, that's what, about 6,000 health that you'll be adding to that bot by being inside the healing tower zone. That's why it's important to try to maximize how much time they stay inside that tower, because the tower doesn't move. Once you plant it, it's planted. And power cores, obviously ray boosters would probably be pretty good. If they ever come up with a G1 or some other bot specific core for her, that probably will also be pretty good, but that doesn't usually happen right away. So as of right now, I would probably say ray boosters. And for combat bots, who can you equip? Basically, you can equip Rung, and you can also equip basically the companion bots, who you can do otherwise. So Night Stalker, or no, is it Stripes? Stripes might be a good one, because while Minerva is busy healing everybody else, Stripes could be healing Minerva. That might be a good one to have on her. So let's go try her out in battle. Well, this is perfect. We'll just go ahead and swap out Ratchet and throw in Minerva. And we'll just go ahead and drop all these other characters. Go ahead and go into Zone 14. Yeah, it was perfect timing. Sometimes things just work out perfectly. Alright, so yep, so we've got Metroplex, and I haven't put any work into him. I think I took him to 4-star, but he's still just level 1, because I don't play the test account because it's not a real account. My real Metroplex is much higher. I've put work into him and everything like that. But hey, he's still there. Say hi, Metroplex. No, he doesn't want to. Okay. But ever since I got Metroplex, anytime he's on the squad, since he's on the right-hand side, I usually tend to drop everything on the left, all the bots on the left, because Metroplex generally tends to take care of the stuff on the right.
Now, reap the whirlwind.
And of course, there's not a whole lot going on down here first. Most of the stuff is up here. And so if we go take a zoom in on Minerva, you can see she has the normal ray, the healing ray, similar to Ratchet and Wheeljack. And so Flatline obviously would have the same one, similar to Hook and Shockwave. Not the healing bombs like the other guys. Let's go ahead and drop Blaster's stuff, and that's a pretty decent range on where she can drop her healing bomb. So this is one spot where they probably will be in here around this area at some point. Let's see, what else can I do? I can send Shockwave. Ooh, I've got a Metroplex thing. I can send Blades. Rhinox is still working on this stuff down here. So doing some good healing there. Everyone's still alive and kicking so far. Oh, Blaster's not doing too well. Go ahead and drop another one of those. Send blades here. Finally, these guys are showing up. Oh, it just occurred to me, we got Mind Wipe in there. He probably was targeted on Blaster. That's why he died so quickly. Yeah, so see, now they're all gonna... Looks like the healing tower has ended, but if it was still going, they'd be walking away from it right now. So that's why you gotta kind of pay attention. So like right now, if I were to put another one down, I'd probably drop it up closer to, you know, up here. And there you go. There's a victory, and Minerva is celebrating back in the back with helping everybody stay alive except for Blaster, who unfortunately got targeted by Mind Wipe. Sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do on that, especially if they're a pretty well leveled bot. Crazy Quake says, I honestly hope we can get a toy of Flatline since Legacy can basically do anything. Yeah, I agree. That would be pretty cool. Zoom in to see the tower. Okay, I didn't see that right away, so we'll go and do another battle.
Autobots, roll out.
Time to create a team of medics. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Let's go. We'll do that next time. I'll throw a Ratchet and Wheeljack on there and see the triple medics. Oh, and first aid, quadruple medics.
Now, reap the whirlwind.
It could be a little difficult to see, so here we go. So there's your healing tower. Put a little too far away to be effective right now, but mostly because if it was effective, you're not going to see it. See, like Cheetor's blocking it. But it's very similar to the other little miniature shock towers, except this one heals. And you can see it looks like it's still going. No, it's ended now. Send Rhinox over here. Rhinox again. Throw a healing tower somewhere in the middle, and again, it is invincible, so you don't have to worry about anything targeting it or destroying it. So you can actually throw it right in the thick of everything.
Autobots, roll out.
Okay, so who do we want to swap out? We'll swap out Laser Optimus. We'll bring in Ratchet. We'll swap out Cheetor. We'll bring in... Who's the next one we see? Wheeljack. And we'll swap out Jetfire. No, we'll swap out Alita. And we'll bring in First Aid when we get down to him. There he is. So there we go. Half of the squad is medics. 50% medics. Let's go see how it does. All of our attacking bots have their own personal medic. How would Trax and Minerva fare in raids? They would probably do really well for the 15 seconds or so that the two things are active, as long as you can keep everybody in them. And raids are definitely one of the battle modes where the bots tend to stay in the same place for a long time as they're hacking away at one of those big defenses. So I think this would be very helpful in raids, especially coupled with Trax or Cutthroat. Alright, so how about we separate them? So we'll do First Aid Rhinox, we'll do Blaster, Blaze, Jetfire, Ratchet, Wheeljack, Minerva. Kind of put them in teams. Of course, they naturally come together at some point. And see, all the medics, they're all rushing over to whoever's lowest, leaving their partners behind. And then the other two run the other way. They don't know where to go. But now they're all probably going to run over to Rhinox, because he's going to be the lowest. Ratchet just running back and forth, not doing any healing. That's why you don't actually drop your squads with medics the way that I did, having them separate, because your medics are just going to be running back and forth across the battlefield and not actually doing any healing. See, and there they are. I think I caught them healing themselves, or healing each other, which is appropriate, I suppose. So the three of them are running over to Rhinox, and Ratchet's going over around this way to Blaster. No, they're not even going to Rhinox. They just took the long way around to Blaster. As if it wasn't enough that Blaster had his own personal healing combat bot, the four medics all had to run over to Blaster, and then they started healing each other. And yeah, guys, don't put half your squad as medics. I mean, this one actually worked out okay, but they probably were only about 50% effective. So the four of them were probably only as effective as two of them would be, because of how much time they spent running back and forth and healing each other. So insert Benny Hill's theme. Yeah, that's basically what it was. So it was worth a try, right? It was worth a try. Try all medics with Sentius, Laser Optimus, Strafe, and Impactor. Okay, yeah, let's do that. We'll go ahead and do some battles. We'll try a few more things. Okay, so you want Sentius, Magnus, Laser Optimus, Impactor, and oh no, and what, Strafe? I'm not sure how strong Strafe is on this account. I know I've leveled him pretty well on my main account. I'm not sure if it. Okay, yeah, he's alright. Alright, so there we go. There is your squad, Autobot Phil. This is the Autobot Phil squad. The Dark Carney from the Circus Freaks. I love seeing the names people come up with sometimes. Alright, so I'm going to keep them all together. I'm not going to split them apart like last time. But sometimes they naturally split apart, so you do have to be aware of that. So so we're just going to start. Always drop your medics last if you can do it. So that's why I started, even though he wasn't first, I started with Sentius Magnus. Yeah, see, look, they're just having a little medic party back over here. Oh God! Oh, somebody's hurt. Let's go. Let's go. Strafe in the air before Deathsaurus gets there. It looks like the squad's working out pretty well. Even though Sentience Magnus somehow managed to clip inside the walls when he was using his ability the one time, and now he's stuck in there.
Abilities ready.
Yep, took it down. Super VH says, that's why you only have one medic on a team at a time. So otherwise they end up healing each other, and it was just funny seeing all four of them just ignoring the other bots. Just medic dance party, that's funny. Alright, one more thing I want to try.
Autobots, roll out.
We'll do a oops all medics. Like oops all crunchberries, oops all medics. I'm sure this is going to fail spectacularly. Okay, so even more, I'm gonna drop them back here and see if they even move. Oh, they are actually moving. They're not just having a medic dance party. Oh, they get out to the they get up to there and then they stop. Great job, guys. You're doing real good. I like how nobody's healing Ratchet. And Wheeljack's lobbing over Minerva to heal First Aid. It's almost like one of those like jumping water fountains with all of the rung and with all the healing grenades. It's almost like those water fountains. Yeah, they're not gonna die for sure, but they're not gonna kill anything either. Alright, I'm just gonna fast forward this and about what we expected. I think they're gonna get a stern talking to from Optimus Prime when they get back to base. Guys, you didn't shoot a single thing. But boss, we're medics.
Freedom and justice will prevail.
But Metroplex did score us some resources, though. He did score us 105,000 Energon and 39,000 alloy. So well done to Metroplex. Brought along, but see, Hoist isn't a medic, so he'll actually go start attacking stuff, and then they'll go, so they'll go and start trying to heal him. But the most spectacular fail ever. Yeah, that worked out. That worked out beautifully. As great as I could hope, because they got to that point, they started healing each other, but nothing was attacking them either, so they actually just looped. That was wonderful. I love that. I'm so glad I thought to do that. Never do that for real, for obvious reasons, but it was fun to do to test. Yeah, that would be a good one. I kind of had that thought process there, Super VH. 4 medics equals disaster. I don't know if I could do another example more perfect than that one, where they all just kind of just... I mean, that was like the perfect spread and everything. Oh, man. Alright, so... Oh, what are we going to do? So let's switch accounts back. I've never had so much fun using medics in the game. I'll do that again and put stripes on all of them. Oh my gosh. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I might just do that and you know, it's been a long time since I've done one of my little quick battle videos. I think I might do that. That's I like that. All right, so we gotta go claim a crystal. 5-star crystal. Which legacy am I going to go for, or which 5-star crystal are we gonna go for? What do you guys think? I'll let you know now. My mind is already made up which one I'm getting, but I'm just curious what you guys would think. Like, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, or the current one, which is the future Legacy 9. Oh, you can't see the account. You're right. Thank you so much. And I'll take that off. I'm glad I paused for effect to see that comment. Yeah, so this is the current one. You got Skylinks, Red Alert, Brainstorm, Pipes, and Slash. Legacy 8. Options are Swoop, Impactor, Rook, Sea Spray, Bumblebee. Legacy 7. The options are Laser Optimus. Legacy 6. The options are First Aid, Sandstorm, Goldfire, Rust Dust. Legacy 5. The options are Snarl, Rodimus Prime, Warpath, Perceptor, and RC. Legacy 4 is complete. Legacy 3. The options are Ultra Magnus, Jazz, Springer, Firefly. Legacy 2. The options are Optimus Prime, Wheeljack, Drift, and Windblade. And Legacy 1. The options are Grimlock, Silverbolt, Gnaw, Hot Rod, and Sunstreaker. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Silverbolt's saying 8. Mackie Knight says 7. Bricks Motion 8, 7, or 4. Well, 4 is already done. PB Chew says 7. Razor Quake just wants Bumblebee. Bricks Motion originally said 8, 7, or 4. Now he wants 5,555,555. I think that was the right number of 5s there. Yeah, then once you guys all saw that 7, I just got Laser Optimus left. Yeah, you're changing it to what I'm actually going to do. But yes, of course, we're going to finish off Legacy 7. Who are we going to get, guys? Oh my goodness, look at all this other stuff I've got in here. I didn't even know I had all that stuff in there. We've already built it up. Let's do it. And it is Shoulder Pads Prime. The one figure from Legacy Wave 1 that I was not able to get a hold of yet. Although I'm still waiting on Iguanus. but yeah, I got all, he was the one that wasn't on the shelf, so I'm still waiting for his legacy figure. But we've got him 5-star in the game, and yes sir, shoulder pads prime. And then yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and open these. OG prime. 5-star nose cone. It's going to happen. I guarantee it. It's going to happen. In fact, you talk about 5-star predictions. I'm going to go ahead and give you a 5-star prediction. Next batch is going to be nose cone. So they talked about buffing him. Buffs usually come with a 5-star. Nose cone is going to be in the next 5-star batch.
Ratchet.
You heard it here first. That's about how we expected it to go, right? And these, I think, are shard crystals. Oh, sparks. Drill-tacular. Yeah, so there we go. So we got some pretty good sparks. And I don't even know what these canisters are. Oh, these are the shattered glass stuff. Oh, that's what these all are. It's stuff from the Cyber Pass. And oh yeah, and those 10 premiums was included in the Cyber Pass catch-up. So Shattered Glass Blur, that is going to be Shattered Glass Starscream. And we got a gold energy metal chip, also from the Cyber Pass. There's a nose code religion. XP, okay. There we go. And the other crystals are the 4-star crystals, which I'm saving up for Metroplex part, and the other ones are the free crystals, which I don't want to waste your time with. How about we go and gotta go in here. Go to the skins. Blur. We'll go ahead and equip that. And there is the Shattered Glass Blur skin equipped. A very cool skin. I don't have the Shattered Glass Blur toy. And after seeing the Toy Hacks labels for that toy, I kind of wish I got them. Because the Shattered Glass Blur with the Toy Hacks labels is amazing. If you don't believe me, go watch Patriot Prime's video on it. And where's the other... There it is. Shattered Glass Starscream. I'll say I was pretty sure I had a version of that. And there is Cybertron Starscream now in Jetfire colors. There you go. I think that's gonna do it for the game stuff. Almost. Because PB2 says also, speaking of skin cores, and I did not actually get a chance to watch the stream today, but I did see you guys talking about it, and apparently the skin cores for the next Cyber Pass are going to be, is it G2 Dive Bomb? I know PB2 was trying to dissect that, and in fact, let me see if I can. Is that going to work? Yes. Okay. So there is Dive Bomb, and So I didn't catch quite there was no actual figure with these colors. It was like a couple of different figures. But that is what the Decepticons will get. It almost kind of looks like the original Tigerhawk colors. Because we got Tigerhawk and he had like the purple and stuff, but the toy Tigerhawk I think had like the green and the blue and the white. And not sure what Adam Baldwin is doing on our Discord, but so there, and we've got G2 Grimlock. G2 Grimlock. So we basically replaced the silver with the blue. Now I don't have a figure to share with you guys for the dive bomb, especially since Pipichu is saying that it's a kind of a combination of a couple of characters, but I do have a third-party version of G2 Grimlock. And this is Planet X Vulcan. This was a TFCon exclusive in Reston in 2019, my very first TFCon that I went to. And I had to get this figure because A, I love this toy, this Vulcan mode from Planet X, and then the blue is just absolutely gorgeous. Even looking on video, I guarantee you it does not do it justice. In person, this blue is just the deepest, richest shade of blue you'll ever see, and it is perfect for this figure. So yeah, here. So this is our G2 Grimlock stand-in, because it is G2 Grimlock, just an unofficial one. He's a little too complicated to transform spur of the moment for the stream, but maybe I'll transform him and maybe we'll get a look at him next stream. Cuddy Fox says, should have had Cheetos and make it have the skin as Shadow Panther. Yeah. We may still see that. We may still see that. Let me sing you the blues. Okay, so. Toys. I'm not sure what order I got them in. I would say it was probably these first. Picked these guys up on Amazon. This is actually Kingdom Hot Rod, but it's the same as Legacy, and then this is Legacy Skywarp. This is the same as the core class. Was it Kingdom? Yeah, Kingdom Starscream. Same figure, except black and purple. No rays, but he does come with this slingshot / magnet thing. With the red there, I'm almost thinking it's kind of like magnet. I think Transformers Prime, they had one of the relics was like a magnet tool or something. So we'll just unless there's been something official said about it, I like to think of this as like a magnet. Like he can fly around and like magnetize things. Not necessarily attracted, but he can like magnetize. Because remember, Bulkhead and RC got magnetized and they got stuck together, and Bulkhead was walking around and RC was just kind of hanging off his back. And then you got Hot Rod here with a sword. No Autobot logo on there on the hood, probably because it splits apart. This is a very unique transformation for this Hot Rod, by the way. I was very surprised, because basically this comes up and splits apart. And oh, that comes apart as a weapon too. It's good to know. So these parts here are part of the legs. The legs kind of accordion down, but while they're out, you can fold this down and flip it in like that. just weird. Just never seen that happen on a hot rod figure before. And when you pull the legs apart, the legs are basically done. And you can see underneath, the upper part of his body is basically already there. You just angle the arms down. Let's see, and this was tabbed in like that. And then you bring this up. And there is Hot Rod. Not the best Hot Rod, by far. But, you know, it's core class. It's alright. He can hold the sword. And you can't really combine the two... These two pieces, these two weapons with Hot Rod and Skywarp do combine with the weapon from Iguanas, but these two cannot really combine with each other. The Iguanas piece is really the connector. But yeah, so there's Hot Rod. It's not a bad Hot Rod for a core class. It's pretty decent. I mean, his joints are a little loose, but if I put some, you know, Kiki loose joint cleaner or floor polish or something to tighten them up, they'll be fine. But it's just definitely a unique transformation, the way that the legs just kind of flip and fold up in there. I wouldn't say it's great. The Prime Viacons kind of did the similar thing, and I thought they were great. I wouldn't call this one great, but it's definitely surprising. It's surprising, yes. But yeah, so there's the core class Hot Rod. And this core class Seeker mold always trips me up. I don't know why. I had trouble with Starscream, and I had trouble with Skywarp doing the transformation, because it's not obvious that the chest splits apart right there, because they hide the seam very well. It is not obvious at all that that's how that does it. And then this part comes loose. There we go. And I think it accordions down too, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. So once you get that, and then you kind of got to bring the legs down, because this whole part spins. And then your legs are basically done. You just kind of flip the tail fin in and rotate it around. Let's see, and then the head comes down. This, I think that ends up around the back. And bring the head back up. Bring this back in and this back in. You can untab the arms. And that one's got a nice tight joint on the elbows. And so there's your Skywarp with his magnet or slingshot or whatever you want. So not a bad transformation. It's just not something that you can it's not something that's obvious to see, because like when you look at the chest, you can't really see where the seam is. It looks like it's all one piece, but it definitely comes apart like right there, and it's not real easy to come apart. It's just tricky. I had to look at the instructions both times, Starscream and this guy. I had to look at the instructions. I'm like, oh, the second time I was like, oh yeah. So there's those guys. They were the first ones in. The Bricks Motion says, you can't believe how much I hate the abomination of a toy called Kingdom Hot Rod. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have, but I mean, this is, you know, far and away the best hot rod figure. You know, so they'll be hard pressed to improve on this guy, in my opinion. So just catching up on your comments. Let's see. A unique transformation does not save this abomination of a toy. Razorquake says Skywarp is literally the only core class I'm interested in because Skywarp is my favorite Decepticon. He's literally the only one. We'll kind of move them. We'll keep them in camera shot. So I did toy hacks a few figures. Let me go ahead and bring these guys out. So I threw some labels on Slammer here. He looks real good. You know, he's got stickers for the barrel and on the cannon and on the arm in a couple of spots. He's got light stickers. He's got the caution stickers on the bumper. Bunch of little light stickers for like when he's in building mode. This was almost as much of a pain to do as the window stickers on the Ark. It's just ridiculous amount of tiny stickers. Oh, and on all of his treads, there were like 24 of these little red things like covers for the, because it's the 8 here, 8 on here, and then 8 more on the top of the shoulders. So there's a lot of stickers to go around on this guy, a lot of tiny stickers, and there's even chrome stickers to go inside the treads. I don't know how I got them in there. A couple of them were a little too long. I had to get them in there and kind of trim them, but most of them were appropriately sized. I couldn't even tell you how I did it. Just kind of carefully kind of put it in there, and then they kind of just sat there. Honestly, you could probably do without those stickers. I almost did, but you know, I wanted to get it done. Oh, his little eye stickers kind of lifted up a little bit, but the eye stickers look really good. You can't see it. Added a little red sticker there for his forehead. But yeah, he looks, you know, a lot of panels there, and yeah, it's a good sticker set for Slammer. I mean, I didn't put the Toy Hacks labels on Metroplex, but you know, he had his own set. I did do Toy Hacks on 6 Gun, so I figured I might as well do it on Slammer too. So. See, the next one I did was Deep Cover, and man, they make this guy look good. I mean, he was all black mostly, with the blue, but this is kind of, I don't know if it comes across, but it's a nice shiny chrome sticker for the whole center portion of the hood. It's got chrome and blue chrome, basically, shiny silver, shiny blue, as stripes on here, and then it continues along the side of the vehicle when he's in vehicle mode. Stickers covers all of the window in vehicle mode. So even got a couple of extra little racing stripes there on the back of the vehicle. A few stickers here on his knee pads, some on his waist and crotch area. Yeah, it really makes him look good, and honestly, with all the shininess and all the chrome and everything, I almost want to take a chrome pen and really shine up the wheels. I mean, they're pretty nice. They're nice and silvery, but I almost want to take a chrome pen to that just to add the extra shininess to them. But man, this is the Generation Selects version, not the Netflix version. If you've got this guy, I highly recommend the Toy Hacks label set for him. It just finishes it off perfectly. I mean, he's a really cool looking figure on his own, even without the Toy Hacks. But with the Toy Hacks, it's just as you might expect. I mean, that's what Toy Hacks is supposed to do. But as good as deep cover is, they absolutely killed it with Jackpot. This guy's sticker set is absolutely phenomenal. It really shines in his vehicle mode. They put a couple stickers on the wings of sights, I think it was. That's yes, take it or leave it. That's nothing. Yeah, we'll just toss that away. But I'm going to transform him into vehicle mode because you have to see this vehicle mode. You can see some of it coming across here in his hood. And I really like the black on yellow Autobot logo. And his eyes stickers coming off too. But they gave him a little bit of yellow there for his head there. That's probably, oh yeah, and then the checkers on the arms, a little bit on his shoulder, a little bit on the front of his arm. He's got an extra little sticker up under here on his torso, a little bit on his waist. And that's about it for robot mode. Most of this stuff was vehicle mode goodness. So let's go ahead and get him transformed, and you can probably already, you'll be spoiled here. So that right there kind of shows you how cool it's going to be. If you caught that. I intentionally went by that fast because we're going to look at it closer. I always forget which way the arms are going to go. I think they go this way. We'll know more when we actually get him transformed. What am I doing wrong here? I think you got to turn his head around at some point. I don't know if you do that first. Or you just pop it off. That'll make it easy. It was just kind of a tab hung up, one of those little things that are tough to move past that just, it's the scary kind of a movement. Nope, I guessed wrong on the direction of the arms. Oh yeah, gotta put his head back in. Don't lose your head. Alright, so there you go. Look at this ridiculous amount of detail. I love this set. As soon as I saw the what was coming for this set, I was like, that's an instant buy. He's got the Jack of Spades, all around. Got it there. He's got it here. He's got it on the opposite side. He's got the little kind of a rope detail going along there. You can see he's holding his axe. 777. That's your jackpot. He's got some dice here. And even over here on this side, since he's facing this way, he's got his hand holding a little thing on this side. It says jackpot across the back. Jackpot across the windshield with the fuzzy dice hanging from the rearview mirror. You had the option to put wild card there. You have a couple of options for the license plate. I chose to put wild card there. You could also put jackpot, or there was some third option which I can't remember. He's got a little bit of extra racing decals on either side of his front bumper. The only disappointment I would say is they do have a sticker here and here that are other kind of and on the other side that are kind of advertisements sort of for fake casinos or whatever. But it doesn't really work well on the black. As you can see, except if you don't hit it in the light, you basically can't tell that they're there. So that's one downside, but easily overlooked because there's so much else going on with this guy. And if you saw him before, if you've seen Jackpot before, you'll see it's an interesting little mix of black and some yellow and all that. But honestly, it kind of looks boring. This is crazy interesting. I love this set. Probably one of my favorite Toy Hack sets they've ever done. So yeah, if you got Jackpot, definitely consider this Toy Hack set. So we'll go ahead and put him there. Super VH says, you could say you hit the jackpot, but the most glorious Porsche 944 ever. Let's see. Okay, so I did get a shipment in. I'm going to cover the add-ins first before I get to the other guy, because that's the bigger story. First of all, this was a figure that I had hoped to get, the other one, but I wanted to ship him out. Nothing else in my stash was available, so I went looking for figures to add, because I don't like paying for shipping from sites that offer free shipping. I would rather throw in a couple of extra figures to bump it up over the free shipping threshold. So that's what I did, and I took my first foray into the Beast Box figures. This is Toxic Horn, because I just thought his the bull shape and especially his horns looked really cool, and the toxic green color was just neat. And it's honestly, it's amazing seeing seeing these guys. They just turn into boxes. Yeah, they turn into boxes just like a cube. In fact, they even come with you can see, spoiler alert, I got two of them, but they come with these boxes that you put them in for storage, and they even stack together. You can stack them vertical, you can stack them sideways. You could just create a whole wall and store all of your Beast Box figures that way. And it says box chargers, so I guess in the continuity of the Beast Box, they transform into box mode and go into their boxes to charge. But yeah, pretty cool. I think I was inspired also to get this because I've had sitting on my desk for a little while that Sideswipe Red Bull figure, where he's been sitting there in bull mode. So I think I was also kind of inspired. Plus, also my college alma mater was the Bulls too. So yeah, so we went with him. Yeah, but as you saw, he wasn't the only one. And this one, I actually wanted to get at the last TFCon. I saw it on the shelf, and I had opportunities to get it, and I was just kind of on the fence. I don't need to get into another thing. I don't need to get into another thing. But the more I thought about it, I really realized that I kind of wanted it. But it was the last day. I said, you know what? I'm going to go back over there, and if they still have them, I'm going to get one. If they don't, I'll be fine without it. Well, I got it. This is the Green Dragon, and it's amazing that this thing, as long and skinny as this thing is, also turns into a box that fits into one of these same boxes like all of these others. Have a good one, Bricks Motion. Thanks for being here. But yeah, it's so crazy. And his name on the box is just Chinese Dragon or Azure Dragon. They kind of did them both. But what I kind of like about it is you can actually kind of reconfigure him to You can, and you can even kind of balance it a little bit to where he's, you know, standing up more straight. To where he's not so long, he's more tall. So that's pretty cool. Super VH says, I don't believe you. Transform it. I'll have to try to remember. It's not as straightforward as you might think. I definitely followed the instructions with these guys. Okay, so I definitely remember. Do this. Turn the head around. Then we turn this neck around. Then we bring this forward. And we turn the front feet around. It's not intuitive. That is for sure. You definitely are going to probably use the instructions for at least the first time through. And it's just got a ball joint. You know, if you tend to do the wrong thing, like I do sometimes, it'll pop off. Can't remember what we do with those. I think that's actually more of a later on type of a step. And let's see. So I remember there's a spin there at some point. And then there's a split. I think we actually bring it in like that first, and then we split here. We don't split all the way just yet. And these, I think we need to turn around. Maybe. Something like that, I think. So we end up with something like this. You can see it starting to take shape. And then you split it again. And it starts to fold around this way. Oh, right. So these go up around this way like that. And then they come together. And then this comes up and these fold in somehow. I don't think I quite got it just right, but there you go. You doubt me? You doubt? You doubt? And then you open, the green one is his. You open this. And again, I don't think I did it quite right, so you may not quite fit in here. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, amazing. It's crazy. I guarantee you, I would not have figured that out without the instructions. I would not have figured out without the instructions the first time. Okay, so the main event, the reason why I ended up getting those guys was because I wanted to bring this guy. And it's kind of the reason why, you know, I'm wearing the TFCon shirt, and it was kind of nice that I was able to bring out the G2 Grimlock. Well, there was a figure that was out in TFCon LA just a month or so ago, and obviously couldn't go. But when they announced this as one of their exclusives, I'm like, oh man, I hope there's some left over so I can get it online. I hope there's some. Please, 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 I hope there's some. Well, of course there were some. And they said, hey, we're going to have this figure for sale. This is Chosen Prime. And so at this time, on this day, you know, we're going to make it available. So I was there on that day, at that time, trying to get in. But man, that thing sold out like hotcakes. No, missed out, completely missed out, couldn't get it, and oh, I was disappointed. But you know what, life goes on. I'd have been fine. And clearly the Chosen Prime realized just how popular this figure was, and they said, you know what, we're going to try to get more for you guys. We see that a lot of you guys missed out. We're going to try to get more. Well, they got more, but they didn't say how. They didn't say how, when, and honestly, I was at work and I took a mental break for, like, you know, it was just, you gotta look away, take a mental break. I pulled out my phone, flipped on Facebook real quick. First thing that says on Facebook, it says, hey, we've got more of this figure in stock. They're going on sale at 2 p.m. I looked at my phone, it was 2:05. I'm like, oh my gosh, let's go. And went over there. They still had some available. I hit order, I checked out, and bam, I had it. I had no idea it was coming. There was no plan. It was absolute luck that I happened to look at that moment, at the exact moment that I needed to go on there, and I got Arson. Yes, who was it? Somebody said Pyro. Yes, PV2 got Pyro. Just complete luck that I looked at the exact time that I needed to, and then I went and told my buds. Larkin managed to snag one too. The other guys did not. Within 15 minutes of being available, this guy was sold out again. So I happened to take a mental break at the exact right moment to be able to get this figure. And man, he's so good looking. Because, you know, honestly, Pyro didn't do a whole lot in G1 or anything like that, but he had a big role in the Last Stand of the Wreckers comic, and I'm a big fan of that comic. I really enjoyed the Last Stand of the Wreckers, and Pyro had a big part of that. So first of all, I knew that I wanted Pyro because of that. Plus, also the colors are absolutely ridiculous. And I love bots with absolutely ridiculous colors. And it also just so happens that I recently got his mold mate cap here, so I knew it was a good figure. So that was, you know, 3 big reasons why I wanted this figure quite a bit. So yeah, Deluxe got him. Deluxe knew somebody who went to the convention, and he picked it up for him at the convention. So that's why Deluxe got him so quickly. The official Transformers canon character is Pyro. The toy is called Arson. Arson. You know, basically the crime of starting fires. He's a fire truck, but he's a wrecker. So I got it. So finally, I have a Pyro for my Wreckers shelf. I just need to find a spot for him. Not that he's going up there right away. I'm going to have him down and enjoy him for a little while. But he's definitely going to go find a spot on my Wreckers shelf. Because he came in the Last Stand of the Wreckers with the likes of Rotor Storm, which we got a figure of Rotor Storm. He came in with a Guzzle. We never really got a Guzzle. Although, you know, I think it was the Dark of the Moon put out a Guzzle, which is very close to the IDW Guzzle. But in the meantime, Mastermind Creations came out with a bigger, better version of the IDW Guzzle. But we got Pyro here. Absolutely thrilled to have this figure. and very surprised and pleased with these Beast Box figures. And not just because of the ones that I got, but also because there's a lot of them out there. And if I ever have any other figures come in with no other ones to hit the free shipping for a while, I know I can go relatively low cost figures in these Beast Box. I mean, they were like $26 or something like that each. No, I think the Dragon might have been a little bit more, but they vary. But they sit around like $25 to about $35 for these Beast Box figures, so relatively reasonable. A while back, I did that with the Machine Robo figures. You know, it's the newer, more like the Masterpiece GoBots that they came out with. They were about $45 or something, so I got almost all of them doing the same thing. I'd order something would come in, nothing else was due in, but I wanted it, so hey, we'll throw on a Machine Robo. Well, I think I'm going to be doing that with the Beast Box now until I run out of them. So yeah, very, very happy with the haul from the last couple of weeks. Yeah, and I did see your comment, Fitz, by the way. So I'm resisting the urge to ban for the hot rod comment. Oh, something else must have happened because it looks like BB2 got to you. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like me being upset by that whole thing. I'm not really upset by it, so I reacted one time as a joke to kind of play up some stuff or whatever. But you know, you're not gonna. It's not a button you can push. So honestly, continuing to run that same line of dialogue, it's just boring. Thinking something else to say, you know. John Thomas Prime, hello, welcome. Right as I'm thinking we're wrapping up. So we covered quite a bit today. So we cracked open, we got 5-star shoulder pads Prime in the game, completing batch 7. We've got Minerva, Fans Hobby Athena, standing in for Minerva. And Generations Thrilling 30 Trail Cutter standing in for Flatline. We got these two guys and gals coming to the game this weekend in a leaderboard. In fact, we'll go ahead and add them. I had no idea why I pressed the button that I pressed, and I don't think it messed up anything. So I add them into the crowd, although they're kind of blocking the rest of the crowd of everybody except Pyro. But there you go. So we got them. We talked about some great toy hack stuff. Jackpot, amazing figure, or amazing toy hacks. Deep cover, amazing toy hacks. Slammer, good toy hacks. I mean, if you've got Metroplex and 6 Guns stickered up, you want to go ahead and get him stickered up too. Skywarp is okay. Core Class Skywarp, Core Class Hot Rod, he's okay. Definitely got issues. The Beast Box guys are fantastic, and just all around, I love Transformers. So that's why we're here, right? You know, so oh man. Clayton says, I just joined the stream, what did I miss? Well, I think I just covered that for you, so you actually joined it just at the right time to catch the recap. Yeah, DJ Art saying same thing. Just stream ends just as I get here. Yeah, well, hey man, you guys, it's a different day, but it's always 8 o'clock. So, but yeah, I do appreciate you guys all coming in. But honestly, I am tired, and it's been fun. Sorry for you guys who are just getting here, but you know it's not my fault you were late. I kid. It's all fine. But yeah, I keep bumping my camera. But yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Time to get on out of here. Thank you for everybody who stuck here throughout. Thank you for those of you who just joined. Hey, you guys get to go and watch the replay, and or not. I'm not the boss of you. But that's gonna do it. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate your support. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.